It's your boy Salim from Notorious S back with another video. Baby. Let's talk about the misconception that people have in general by masculinity. And I say this because it came up to me while I was watching a live today. It was Sneeko and Hamza. They were talking about masculinity, and at some point Sneeko said, and that really hit home because I've been thinking about that for a while. But some of the guys in the chat said that he couldn't be giving advice about masculinity because he was too emotional himself. And that's where the misconception comes from being a man. And let's tackle that first before I go into Sneeko. Being a man or being masculine, it's not the absence of emotion. Like you don't have to be stoic all the time. Stoicism is the good philosophy to follow and to strive for, but just it's not about never showing emotion and just having a super low bass voice, speaking like Darth Vader and never showing emotion. I think being a man, and that's my take on it. Take it or leave it. But it was thought through. It's just not, I'm just not adhering to that publicized version of masculinity that's being showed in movies and shit and saying that that's a one size fits all. I don't think so. It is having emotions, right? But doing what you have to do, striving to do what has to be done in spite of you having these emotions. Because if you, masculine is relative to femininity, and femininity is perceived and often seen as people that have a hard time dealing with their emotions. They're more emotional. They don't have as much control as men do. You understand? There's some women that have control, of course, but they typically don't have as much control over their emotions as men. That's what it truly means. To me, there's somewhat of a spectrum. You're gonna find men on the the more left side of I'm gonna use that example, which are maybe have the high pitched voice, or they're maybe not as stoic as the latter, as the other side. But to me, regardless of what side you fit on, the left side or the right side, where you're gonna find the traditionally more masculine perceived way or more publicizes, the guy has a low bass voice that speaks slowly, doesn't speak often, that's stoic, that is more publicized. If they both follow a certain set of rules, that they have boundaries that they will not let other people overstep, not women, not men, they won't let themselves be disrespected by other people. They can communicate effectively. They aim for their goals and they don't let anybody else derail them from their goals. Then in my mind, they're both men. They're both masculine men. Just one fits, the more publicized way. And I think Kevin Samuels was talking about then in one of his older videos. He says there's 2 or 3 avatars for men, meaning that every man is gonna fit either one of these 3. The ones that typically maybe are take more care of themselves. They maybe apply cologne and they're they do their manicures and pedicures every 2 or 3 months and all these things. And there's more somewhat of a rugged type of man, and the businessman that dresses a certain type of way. But all 3 is kind of an umbrella that has all 3 types of men underneath said umbrella, but they're all men. And so long as they follow, and this is my perception of it, I'm gonna sum it up, is if you follow a certain set of rules, which I just outlined, then to me you're still a man. And a lot of men just don't understand that. That's why you'll see like a lot of the men that are up front, and are defenders of the man, defending man and this society that we live in, they tend to embody the more masculine publicized way, which is the big muscles, low bass voice, super masculine man. And you're gonna see on the other side, there's gonna be guys like Jordan Peterson. He might not be considered the most masculine man because he doesn't display these kind of characteristics, but he's no less a man than the one that has super, big muscles. I think they just fit different avatars, just like Kevin Samuels said. That's 1. 2, look, Sneeko, I think we're not the same, but like me, when I'm gonna be speaking about somewhat of a like subjects that I'm passionate about, I'm gonna raise my voice. I'm gonna become more energetic. You could even say that about Andrew Tate, Sneeko as well. They get passionate about it and they speak with conviction. They speak fast. They speak high, right? And that's going to be often misconstrued as not being masculine because it's not, the more refrained, laid back type of communication that someone like Hamza might have. Somewhat of a lower pitched voice, speaks calmly, communicates in a certain way. But that doesn't mean he's any more masculine than Sneeko. Especially you'll see variations as people communicate, talk, and laugh and all these things. And especially the more you watch people, the more people have documented hours of them speaking, moving, communicating, you will find traits or certain aspects of their personality that you might not find as masculine as could be. But it would be the same for you. That's another subject for another day. So think about that. You have to broaden your perspective instead of trying to make everybody fit in one box. And that's all I had to say. I think that was just like a misconception that people have about what is masculine and what is not masculine. I think that's a better way of perceiving it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the content, subscribe, like, and share. You know why? Because it's free. And I'm going to see you next time. Peace.